Hello there, this is Cookies, and I have turn 74. So last turn had a lot of action. A bullet comeback story has Empowered in Fire, and that's so I can cast Phoenix Pyre with a gem. A few more Disease Demons. No dice. Everyone's got bodyguards. Let's see, so I've got a Dome of Arcane Warding. And that's my only dome at the moment. I get a report from Nurgle that a hostile spell has been stopped. And then Iron Walls goes up, right? And then a little bit of site searching, and then my Forest Dome goes up. And then my Frost Dome goes up. So potentially got a little bit lucky versus I don't know, Flames from the Sky or something. And then, let's see. And then in terms of fighting, I go ahead and ping the army. And it looks like a reduced force. So this is not the whole army is patrolling. And it looks like it's all the limps and cripples. Oh no, some healthy ones got included. But it seems, at least to me, it seems like most of them were the limped and crippled ones. And then we've got the 6 hero titans. He's also summoned a bunch of fire drakes in here. And we've got Cetra out here. So this would take a full army to kill. Like this is no joke for my poor Nurgle stuff. And then let's see, I do raid this. So there is a Tomb Prince here. If I do Ravenous Swarm here, it should target only him. And oh, never mind, because I've got Plague Zombies. So the Plague Zombies are a mistake. Howl is good though. Oh, now Ravenous Swarm catches up to him. Back to deleting my plague zombies. Alright, so I kill a few tomb scorpions. Now they're not all like they don't have all their army buffs, but it does feel good to kill a few of them, considering how like impotent my armies have been. I do lose some stuff in the process, but that's fine. And then so that was in Mark. And then in Vena, kill a Great Hawk, which is great. And then a bunch of events again. More hurricanes, more demon events, more gnawing rats, more death gems. Oh, what is this? Yeah. More nature gems, more free demons. Some rats trying to assassinate my sorcerer. I get 12 nature gems. And then I find a big treasure, 1,800 gold, and a ring of warning, along with some gems. This is also amazing. So between these two gold events, the gold event and the one, I believe, last turn, it really helps with recruitment. And then I guess I have an event raid corn. I kill a blood mage but lose one of the commanders. But, you know, do take out this blood mage and I get a lightless lantern out of it, but it goes on a merc, so he won't give it away. He's like, I love this lantern. It's my favorite because I'm a merc and I don't give things back. I do ping this army. Do I get away? I do. And yeah, an Obscura leaves, and I get a vampire back, and a Chaos Lord gets promoted. Okay. So in terms of my sieges, this is still under siege. It's at 599 wall integrity. The siege is slowed to a crawl. There's 140 units on it. I don't know that all of them have leadership or sieging, or if he's trying to preach me out or what. I have sent a vampire over here. So he's going to try to do life for life, reinvigoration, life for life, retreat, and we'll just see how that goes. Maybe he can kill a thug or something. You know, just trying to be different. And then, yeah, and now we're doing through red seconds here, now that the army's here, because what I can do is I can build a lab and a temple this turn. So you can see all the gold I'm spending due to my big gold event. And yeah, so building a temple should be, yeah, this one's building a lab. So this will be a fully functional fort next turn. And what that does is that gives me 3 forts bordering his. And plus Larian Swamp, so I'll have like 4 forts really close. And he only has Haloma to help support Vertland. So I've got a lot more production in this area. I've got a lot more stuff. I've got a lot of active little raiding parties and gem baits and traps. Like what have I got here now? Strength of Gaia into Howl and Ravenous Swarm. Just like little bullshit. This guy's empowering again. I think now I might be doing the Earth Empowers that I talked about a few episodes ago. And yeah, unfortunately, he's preaching here. So he's up to 5 candles. So I'm still trying to get rid of his candles. I'm blood sacking like crazy around him. Which Vlex will help with that. I'll be able to blood sack and Vlex too. Because I think what's happening is a lot of my candles are bouncing into Nagarond as well, rather than going into Vertland. So that would help. And yeah, also trying to get my Dominion over some of this, which will help my income. In terms of forging, nothing too crazy. I am starting to get some Just Man's crosses, though, and Demon Banes and stuff like that for doing a siege of Vertland. I am forging the Scepter of Dark Regency this turn. And then for casting, getting Draconians, Awakening Dark Vines, getting Corpsemen, and yeah, doing that 3 red seconds. I think that's it for this turn. It was kind of a quiet turn. Here's the global picture. And then, yeah, let's take a look. And so my army graph is still kind of recovering from the big defeats, like losing all that stuff over the last few turns. But it's, it is trying to recover. My Dominion is recovering a bit. Gem income. Income is down a bit. And then provinces is still trying to edge up, but it's hard. So we'll see how that goes. And yeah, I think that's it for this turn. So I'll go ahead and yeah, I'll go ahead and pull up turn 75. All right, so I've got turn 75 pulled up. And Let's see. This guy's casting Dragon Master. He's the one that I empowered in Glamour, so potentially I can do a few different types of dragons with him. He's got a lot of path diversity on him. I have a Marauder Shaman killed by imps in the Inferno. Okay, later, bud. And let's see, the gashes are, oh gosh, let me say this. So I don't know if there's like no valid targets for Life for a Life, but he does not cast Life for a Life. Yeah, I don't think there's any valid targets. So I just lose a few blood slaves and he runs. Um, and then I see this scout pinging Norska. So this is what Cathay is avoiding storming. You know, this horned helmet guy. Big dragon ogre. We've got this thing, Death 9 with 5 glamour gems. Uh, this would be a huge pain in the ass to get rid of. And unless Norska stopped playing, which I think they had at this point. He's got an awe and fear bless, which is super annoying. A bunch of blue horrors. Like, yeah. I don't know. Like I do not blame Cathay from trying to just dom kill this and just not deal with this. So powerful mage has been attacking. One was attacked, nothing happened. Lose some population, gain some unrest. We get ambushed. A group of knights attack. Then another ambush. We defend that. Then more of the normal events. Let's say it lose 5 PD. I get a new Demon Prince. That's exciting in Vlex. Super stoked. Lose some more PD though. Gnawing Rats has flooded in from the Black Crag area because all the Black Crag PD got killed. So I'm gonna have to spend a lot of money on PD out west if I want to maintain my income because it causes a lot of unrest, which has a big effect on income. And then I lose a bunch of people, gain a bunch of unrest, get a little bit of gold. Another person is cursed. Randomly attack all my neighbors again. So Karazakrak, Cathay, run into like a whole freaking army. These knights actually, so my little operation, there's a site here where I get shades and shadow soldiers. They come in and they kill my marauder shaman and all the stuff that I had here, which sucks. And I'm still under siege in Nagashazar. Okay. So in terms of Nagashazar, it's down to 496, so I'm losing about 100 a turn. I now have 2 vampires here. What are they summoning? So I'm getting a new Herald, and I'm getting a Poxrider Vanguard, because I'm losing Dominion here, and I want to maintain Dominion. Also, Awakening Dark Vines, getting another Herald, so 2 Heralds, so I'll have 3. I'll have this guy Bloodsacking and 2 Holy 2 Preachers, and I'm hoping that will do a little bit better with Dominion. Also, continuing the raiding game, trying to raid behind Nehekara's main stack, make it dangerous for him to split anyone off. Empowering the Pretender again. And sending this new, because he's not twice born, sending this guy off to get liched. Because pretty soon I'm going to have Lichcraft in a few turns, so I want to get that guy ready. And then moving a bunch of new stuff into Nurgle, just stashing it away. Because I've got all these domes now, so it's a little bit safer in Nurgle. So where am I at? I'm at 1281 at the moment, and then I think I'm moving up even more. Is this like another 500 troops? I don't know what this will be next turn. I'll have to look. Um, and then otherwise, trying to get a little bit of scaling behind this. So can't really deal with 9 rats at the moment. Thankfully, I've got 25 PD here and 25 PD in Andre Mark. There's no connection between these two. So with 25 PD in both of these, my core lands are safe from 9 rats unless the 9 rats go around. But it's gonna kind of suck, especially in this area and in kind of like parts of the border area around here. So like I've got 9 rats here in Uric. Got 9 rats here in Mountains of Evernight. I've got them here. I can't patrol them, even though I'm patrolling like crazy. You can only get rid of them with PD, which is annoying. And yeah, so otherwise, trying to scale behind. In terms of what I'm getting another great unclean one to try and push Dominion with. Another Lamia Queen. Ice Strikes with was this like Dragon Mastery 4? So it's like 5 Ice Strikes a cast. Dark Vines, more Dark Vines, another Herald. Oh yeah, the 2 Heralds, we talked about that. Yeah. And then in terms of forging the Wondrous Box of Monsters, I think that's a fun nature artifact that I can stick on a great unclean one and just like spawn all sorts of random crap during a battle. Also picking up a Rune Smasher and a Starshine Skullcap. Still immediately teleporting these guys out, and I've got Boots of 7 Mile Strides for all of these Moonvine enchanters. I think the Astral one's important. They can cast Body Ethereal, which is good, and they can also soak up Magic Duel if Kidson decides to lean that way. I don't think he will, but it's possible. And then gatewaying in a new force. So this is all the new crap that I've summoned over the last couple of turns. So all that's coming in. That's another, I don't know, like 130, 140 things. And yeah, I think that's it for turn 75. If turn 76 is quiet, I probably have time to do another one. All right, and I've got turn 76 pulled up. And you can see I've been trading for Earth Gems. I try to Infernal Disease the Knight Commanders. One of them fails, though. Dire Portent goes up. Well of Misery. Lamia Queen. Herald of Nurgle. Cast Gateway, another Herald. My Scout bounces off the Knights. I need to hit them with more Disease Demons. Purgatory has struck 8 undead creatures. And then my normal events was this. Lose more PD, lose more PD. Gems and demons. Let's see. More gems, lose more people, gain some people, lose more people, gain some people. And yeah, just continuing to I guess my events raid Karazakrak, raid Cathay, Always annoying my neighbors and pop killing my neighbors. Nothing says a happy, healthy neighbor like doing all of that stuff. Um, let's see. Nagashazar's walls are still damaged. All right. And then who died at the end? Slanesh is gone. All right. So Korn goes ahead and Dom kills the Slanesh AI. Does not want to deal with those heroes again. Can't blame him. So he should be able to clear that up now. I've got 2 preachers now and Bloodsack, so maybe I can push back on the candles a bit. And in terms of this fort, it's down to 378 on the siege strength. I am awakening some dark vines, and what I'm doing this time is now that I've gatewayed in here, I'm going to take all this stuff and gateway it into Nagashazar. This sieging force has seemed somewhat consistent, like 100-ish units. So maybe if I gateway in a couple hundred units, maybe I can actually lift the siege, is what I'm thinking. So I'm just bringing in a bunch of garbage. And I think, yeah, I'm building a lab, building a temple, and so I'm going to 3 red seconds Vena as well. Now, doing this can kind of suck, because I was originally planning, like, if his army tried to leave, I could choose to let it leave, or I could try to dump my god on it. And now that I've got most of the stuff I need, I think I just need like another Earth Empower to be able to do this script. I can use an extra fire gem to do Phoenix Pyre. It's a pearl for this. A few nature gems is fine. A few more pearls for this. I think it's 5. And then some earth, but was it Power of the Spheres on Earth 2? It gets me to Earth 3. I'd have to do Earth Power to get to Earth 4 to cast this. And I just can't do that quite yet. Um, and I like these 2 items, 27 MR and then a bunch of reinvigoration to make up for the fact that I've got this chest wound for Phoenix Pyre. Helps quite a bit. And then, all right, and then in terms of what's here, yeah, I've got almost 1,700 troops now in Nurgle. I have my doubts that this army could even siege through the fort, especially with iron walls. And let's see, so like there's all this stuff, and then there's all this stuff, which it keeps going off to the side, I think. And then, but yeah, so that's the plan. The new batch of reinforcements are going into Nagashazar. And this whole sort of like slower pacing and strategy, it started from desperation and trying to delay things so I could like try to get these answers online. But also, I was reading the description for, I think, this guy. And it's like, Nurgle favors long wars of attrition, as these give the most opportunity for rot and despair to set in, and as such has exalted our experts in defending fortifications. And it's like, all right. Well, maybe Nurgle just wants to, like, stuff siege defense then. None of these other guys have that same bonus though, which is kind of weird, but I mean, none of them really suck at defending forts. It's just like, I don't know, like 6 siege defense isn't really meaningful. Um, I don't know, like, I don't know that it needs to be on any of the troops, but it's like, okay, so if what I need to do is a long war of attrition, I can do that. Um, so, but otherwise, a pretty quiet turn. I think that's it for this turn. Here's the research list. I'm about to finish up Army of Rats. About to get going on Lichcraft. And yeah, I think that's it for this one. I'll go ahead and call this episode a little bit short, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Bye.